Hello and welcome to the 212th installment of the Synapse Misfire Podcast. I'm your host, Chris, joined by other host, Jordan.
That's me, baby.
Jordan.
Yeah.
You gotta tell him where we put this thing.
So, as always, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Radio Public, Spotify Pocket Cast, and the RSS feed linked below. YouTube and Spotify have the video platform where you can see us. Instagram, TikTok, you can catch old shorts we made. Haven't made any new ones, but you can catch the old ones, and you can message us there. Send us whatever you want. And email synapsemisfire@pm.me. Send your comments, your questions, concerns, and death threats.
Listen, we're both working class individuals. We talked about this. We're a working class podcast.
It rhymes for a reason.
I would make more shorts and TikToks, but I have to work.
I have a job.
Also,
I don't think either of us particularly want to rely on AI. Because, making shorts using AI could be really simple, but it's kind of a principle thing for me. I don't want to just pump our footage into it, but subtitle this and make it funny. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, something about giving stuff to a computer and being like, you fucking figure it out.
Yeah.
Just
feels classless.
Yeah, it's a little, for a couple of working class heroes like ourselves, it's a little not good.
Yeah, what am I if I don't relate to the working class man,
Yeah, I mean, frankly, it's been a long week.
Frankly, I'm tired, and we're old too. Shut up! We're old too, so it's 6:30. I'm ready for bed.
Who's texting you?
It's probably Lexi. I was talking about big
that bitch. I'm sorry. I don't mean that.
Now we're really working class.
I don't mean that.
But yeah,
I love women.
Totally heterosexual.
I love women.
Yeah.
I stand up for women's rights.
He does.
And women's wrongs.
I mean, and their wrongs. It made sense. I trats. So, Chris.
Yeah.
I have to weave you a tale. I'm going to weave you a tale here.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to take you back. I'm going to take you back to essentially a week ago today for us. So, last Friday. Because we're recording this on a Friday, by the way. So I'm retired.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy because I don't have my watch on. I was going to look. Be like, wow, I don't have my watch on because I take it off when I get home from my job.
Bro, you got the Casio off. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Goddamn. So, I had last Friday off because there was a small game no one's ever heard of called Ghost of Yotei coming out. So I took that Friday off trying to get through the last couple of days of my PTO. And Thursday, I had a meeting to go to at our old high school. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go after work. I'm going to squeak over to GameStop, get my copy because I had the day off, and I'm not going to go there at 11. Have a waste of half of my day, right? So I'm like, let me go before then, and then I'll head to this meeting, and then I'll play on Friday, right? This is Thursday. So on the drive there. So it's a fine drive. It is what it is. It's the shitty end of the city I'm in, so it kind of sucks. But other than that, it's fine. Happens. And
I've definitely been to nicer places.
I agree. And so I drive there. No issue, really. Park, go in, get the game. Everything's kosher. Give the guy my ID. He's like, yeah, here you go. Have fun, right?
Yeah, I forgot. I haven't bought a physical game in so long. I forget that you get ID'd sometimes if you're buying something M-rated.
Well, it was a pre-order. Maybe I would have got it either way, but it was a pre-order with my name.
That hasn't happened to me in so long because they can, as much as I look the same as I did when I was 16, legitimately, actually, I found a picture from my Instagram that was on my 16th birthday, and I look pretty much identical to how I look now. But my eyes are sunken.
You're depressed.
I look more bitter. I was depressed then, but now I have more reason to be depressed.
Yeah.
I said, my eyes are sunken. I got circles, bags. Yeah. I'm bitter.
Got bads, but no bag.
You can smell the lingering waft of whiskey when I walk in the room.
Yeah. They're like, oh, this guy.
There's a dark storm cloud over me the whole time. They're like, yeah, this guy, mid-20s.
Easily. Old as shit. So I pick up the game, start driving back, and I'm merging on the highway, and there's this asshole in a Nissan behind me. I'm on an on-ramp, and there's cars in front of me on this on-ramp. And we're doing 35, right? I would have preferred to go quicker, but I can't exactly plow through the CRV in front of me, right? Ultima driver behind me thinks otherwise. So he's in my muffler practically, right? needless to say, we get to the point where the median sort of tapers down to almost level ground. He just fucking hops it. He's like, I'm out of here. He hops it in his Ultima,
Right.
and he goes. And I'm focused on him. I'm like, yeah, fuck you, buddy, right? And all of a sudden, I hear one of the loudest things I have ever heard in my life. And I say this as someone who has fired numerous firearms without hearing protection. But one of the loudest, most pinging noise that my ear was ringing for like a day and hurts actually thinking about it. And I'm like, what the fuck was that? It's like this high-pitched smash sound. And all it ended up being was my windshield fucking cracked. The very, very top right corner out of the wiper area, a perfect little like a BB-sized divot. So I full-on thought the guy shot at me with a BB gun. Like, full-on. I'm like, he definitely just like fired a BB gun.
This guy shot at me with a gun. Like, what the fuck was the noise?
I'm like, that... I look, and there's a burn mark on the glass. I'm
Jesus Christ.
I'm like, he definitely fired a BB gun at me. Like, that has to be what it is. Needless to say, I pull up my dash cam footage once I got back home. Because I was so locked in on him, I didn't realize the glass part came like 10 seconds after he was already long gone. So there was like 4 more cars that passed by in that time frame. So I don't know what the fuck hit. It couldn't have been a big rock because I didn't smash the window. It literally just put a tiny chip in it. And that burn mark. And then the burn mark rubbed off. It was like some sort of like, almost like flash burn.
Yeah, it was like a little like friction, like sort of just from the energy of the impact.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fucking crazy.
So I was like, oh my God, my fucking ear. So now I'm like, all right, whatever. It is what it is, right? I don't have glass coverage, mind you, on my insurance.
Oh, man. Getting a damage on your windshield is so much better when you have glass coverage.
Yeah,
I've always had it. I've always had glass coverage. It's fucking great.
Yeah. So, needless to say, I'll get to the Yotei part in a second, but now I'm like, all right, well, this fucking sucks, but whatever. So today comes around, and well, I'm sorry, this week comes around, and I'm like, I'm not going to do anything about the window. It's literally so small I could get a sticker. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
But
it's literally so small.
It's not a big deal. But then this week, as you know, we had this weird like cold front. We went from like 70s to 30.
We did. That was fucking weird.
And I used my heat, and the line, it cracked. I'm like, okay.
Awesome.
I'm like, cool. This is sick. So now I'm like, all right, I'm going to get it fixed. Safelite, to come out, wanted $270 to fill in the crack with resin or $380 for a new windshield. So I was like, I'm just going to do a new fucking windshield at that point, right?
Yeah. What the fuck would you...
I knew about this glass company in my city, who I won't name because they're exclusive to our city. I was like, I knew about this company that I've heard really good things about. So I'm like, let me go to them. Sure enough, their prices were way cheaper, but they offered the fill-in for $75. I'm like, cool.
You would fill a crack?
Yeah, they use resin.
Don't even take that audio clip out of context. I thought it was only like chips. Like it was like a little pit in the windshield you could put the resin in. I didn't know you could do it with a crack.
So because the crack was under a dollar bill size, they can. And out of the sight line.
Oh,
so
whenever I've gotten it done from insurance, they ask about if it's bigger than a quarter.
Yeah, for the chip. So the chip on this, actually I have a picture of it. The chip on this was super duper tiny. It wasn't anything crazy. That's why I was so surprised.
I get that a lot.
I was so surprised at how loud it was.
Jesus, it does look like a fucking bullet impact.
Yeah, it does. So, no big deal, right? $75, way better than $380.
Fair.
So I bring it there, sit down. I'm there yesterday. I'm like, all right, cool. The guy starts filling in. I'm just chilling.
This guy's filling your crack.
He's filling my chip. He opens the door, and he looks at me, and he hits me with the...
Oh, no.
And I'm like, oh, fuck. And for those who are only listening, it's the finger wag like a teacher would if you like got caught with something in class. He hit me with one of those, get over here. I'm like, something went wrong with him filling this. I go out there. He's like, so it was supposed to be repairable, but it split in half when I started putting resin into it. I'm like, cool. So the small little chip turned into like a 12-inch crack from all the way to the edge of the glass in. I'm like, shit. He's like, yeah, sorry about that. Like, we'll give you, we'll do a discount, whatever. So needless to say, they did a discount in the window. Today, they actually did a mobile install at my house while I was working from home, which was sick. So instead of $360 for the whole window, I got it for $280, installed and all. So not great, but like better than nothing. He tried, and I understand that shit just happens, not his fault or anything. It is what it is. So that was all of that was to set up the fact that I don't like Ghost of Yotei. and it was not worth $285 plus the $70 for the game.
That's tough.
It was not worth it.
That's pretty rough. Is it really? You don't...
I don't understand what my problem is with this one. I really don't.
I don't like this, but I do not know why.
Because here's the thing. I'm trying to look at it as its own thing and not compare it too much to the first one. But obviously, inevitably, there's those contrasts. In the first one, right, the first one had a really, really good story and excellent samurai combat for the time. And, like, the main cast of characters are really well voice acted and mocapped and everything. And, like, visually, it's pretty good. It's no cinematic, like, Red Dead 2 level. But it's definitely up there as some of the better looking and performing AAA games, right? This one, though, doesn't really iterate on that game at all. It kind of just takes those same elements and makes them a little bigger.
Is it... Well, okay. I see what you mean. In terms of mechanics.
In terms of mechanics, like, okay, in the first game, you play as a samurai, right? And you have 4 movesets, different stances he can take with the katana, and each one is targeted at a specific type of enemy. Like the brute gets the brute stance or whatever, and the shield guy, you use the shield stance or whatever. They have names, they're not called that, but right. It's like water, fire, earth, and air, I think. Like a
and you become the avatar.
Exactly, and that's how the game actually
mastered
ends.
all 4.
And this game did away with that, but kept the same mechanic, but with different weapons, which I think is cool. So you have a spear, a sword, a Kirisagawa. I totally said it wrong, but it's the sickles with the chain on it.
Oh, and, that's cool.
I forget what the other weapon is. Maybe a staff, like a bow staff or something. I forget. I haven't got that one yet. But otherwise, like bar for bar, control for control, this game is identical to the first one. All the controls are the same. The only new addition I have come across so far in combat is enemies can disarm you, and they'll glow yellow, and you have to do a specific move to reverse the disarm or whatever. That's the only new combat mechanic I'm aware of so far in my like 12-ish hours. But where I really have my gripe is I have never played a game where every 10 feet some motherfucker wants to talk to you and give you some dumb bullshit. Every 10 feet. And it drives me insane. Because you'll roll up to a town, right? And in most games, you expect these towns to sort of act as hubs where there'll be like a shop and maybe in like something like a Red Dead, like an inn to stay at and like save the game. And
right.
Things like that. And then like, okay, there'll be an armorer and then there's going to be whatever, a quest giver. So they set it up like that where I find it where the towns have like a bower to get your bow upgrades, a cartographer to buy like map pieces so you can find, hidden things on the map. And then they'll have a bounty board because bounties are a big part of this game, which I found them to be pretty cool. But then like you'll be walking and this drives me nuts because the first game did this, but not as bad. Someone will call out to you, and as most people probably know, there's a lot of incels on the internet who are mad that you play as a female in this game. Yes, you play as Atsu. You play as a woman. You don't play as a male.
God, I can't stand playing as women in video games. I have 94 hours in my Baldur's Gate 3 save as a female character, so
she's fine. Like I don't like her as much as Jin simply because of her story, but
everyone
she's well
applaud.
Written.
Yeah. Pop on my male feminist cap.
There you go. From what I've seen, she's well written. I've heard the story falls apart late game. I don't even think I'm gonna get there, frankly, but that's a whole different tangent I'll go on. I like Jin better from a character development standpoint so far, but she's fine. She's well written enough. She's well acted enough. Doesn't matter. But this game just like pokes this button of every single time you're out in the open world, someone has to go, oh, I've never seen a woman with a sword like that. And then you talk to them, and she's like, you want me to show you how to use my sword? And then you fight 10 fucking guys, and you slaughter them in cold blood in the middle of the woods. And that's it. You just keep, every 10 feet, you just fucking stumble across a Ronin.
I think that's cool once.
Dude.
It's cool to do once.
Like,
but it's really lame if it's all the time.
I explained this to my boss the other day because it drove me insane. Because I've been trying. I've genuinely been trying to just like go home, and when I have 40 minutes to play, be like, all right, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to play Ghost of Yotei. I'm going to try and do some main story stuff because the side stuff's really frustrating me with how like bootleg bullshit it is. It feels like, anyway. And I did a side quest the other night, which I think is the side quest that has broken me because I have not played the game in 5 days since, where I rolled up on a camp And I thought it was going to be something cool where I roll up in this camp and I'm talking to a villager and I'm like, hey, I'm looking for this guy. And he's like, keep your voice down. That guy's here, but he's hiding amongst our populace.
Oh, shit.
And we don't know who he is, but we know he's like a killer. And I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I'm going to do some reconnaissance. I'm going to find this guy. He was a bounty, right? And then all of a sudden the guy goes, but I do know one thing. He's very particular about his music, and he hates the shamisen, which is like their little banjo that they play. And of course, your character plays. So the mission in this camp was to walk around to 4 distinct little congregations of people and play the shamisen, which is you swipe left on the trackpad and then you play a song. And she literally just goes doop 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 in like the weirdest animation possible, right? It's meant for different parts of the game where you do like meditation or whatever.
Okay.
So I walked to the 4 groups, and each time someone's like, get out of here. We don't want to deal with you. And then randomly, right, this guy knows you're hunting him, by the way. He knows that you are hunting him to kill him.
They know that, like, he knows that you specifically are hunting him, or he's just being hunted?
You specifically.
Okay.
Because I should have prefaced with this. After you ask the guy, she announces to the whole congregation, like, I'm looking for this guy.
I'm looking for this guy. I'm going to fucking kill him.
And
I'm going to kill him to death.
He knows you are there to collect his bounty, which is not alive or dead, it is dead, right? So when you finally get to his group and you play this literally like do, he goes, oh, what the fuck? I fucking hate shamisen. That shit sucks. And then he does literally the Scooby-Doo. I just gave myself away, didn't I? And then your character's like, yes, you did. And then you fight 20 guys, you kill them, and that's the end of the quest. And I'm like, this is so dog shit. Like, Ghost of Tsushima, I will outright say, did not have the greatest track record for side content. It's very, not Uncharted, Jesus, Ubisofty, where you're running around collecting things and doing shrines and bullshit like that. And then occasionally it would have, like, okay-ish side stuff. But where it really shined was the main story. It was phenomenal. And then it had what they called tales, which were essentially side quests, full-on side quests that developed, right?
Right.
And then they had mythic tales, which were tales that were side quests you didn't have to do, but they would unlock you new attacks or new combos or new weapons or gadgets, right? And there were those 3, that trifecta was really solid. And I will say that holds true here, where they got rid of the whole tales, mythic tales, and whatever, and they give you like a deck of cards now, and that's your quest. So you'll have like a deck of cards that says revenge, because the whole point of this game is you're avenging your family. And that's your like 5 primary targets that you're trying to kill.
Okay.
And those are the quests. You like track that target, and then it's like, go to the north. And you go to the north, and I think that's why everyone's fucking talking to you, by the way. I think that's part of it, is they wanted it to be like this open system where you can hunt the targets in any order. So you can pick whatever target you want right off the rip.
All right.
And it leads to that, where everyone's talking to you, right? So that's how the main quest works. Then you actually cycle the deck of cards like down, and it's like, these are tales, and it'll be like, oh, the innkeeper told me there was bandits to the west, so now I know there's a farm that was taken over, and it highlights it on your map. So it's more like encounters. And then there'll be like actual tales that are like, oh, this is the tale of this specific guy who has a quest line for you, and at the end of it, you'll get armor. And then it's like, they don't call it mythic tales, they call it, actually, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what they call it, but it's how you get your weapons. It's the same thing. It's, hey, go meet this guy. He's a legendary staff wielder. He's going to train you how to use a staff. At the end of it, you'll unlock the ability to have a staff. Go meet the dual katana expert at the top of the mountain. He'll teach you how to use dual katanas, and you'll have the dual katanas. That was the other weapon I was forgetting about. It was dual katanas, dual wielding. So they still have all that, and that stuff's good. It's definitely good. But, like, the shit in between just frustrates me. And I will admit, I alluded to this in the very beginning where I said I don't know what the problem was with me. You know, I didn't come out hot saying I don't know what the problem is with the game. I don't know what the problem is with me. Because it's part of my little, like, completionist tick, my little touch that I have, where
right.
I can't help but roll up into a town, and if a character explicitly goes, hey, main character, over here, I have to talk to them. I can't walk past them. So the amount of times I've pinged a main quest, like, I'm just going to do the main quest, and I walk into the town to go meet a character who has the main quest, and I get stopped by a Ronin who's like, hey, I need help. They stole my beets, so go to this farm and kill these guys and get my beets back. And I have to do it.
They stole my root vegetables from me, so the obvious punishment for this is murder.
Exactly. So it's shit like that. And again, it's a me problem. I will full-heartedly say the people who say this game is a 9 out of 10 and love it, I'm happy for you. I'm not trying to shit on the game completely. It has very good qualities, and then, in my opinion, some not so good qualities. And that is the main one for me. That's my main gripance, as I would say a few years ago, is I just can't help but try to engage with the side content when it's in front of me. Because if I don't, it feels like I'm like not even there for a purpose. If I'm just mainline questing it, like you can't give me an open world game and then make me hate the open world. You know?
Right.
If I don't enjoy the open world, then you might as well just give me a linear game. Because I don't like just beelining it for the story. Because it just doesn't feel right, you know? Like you don't get that world development and all this stuff. So it's tough. It's tough. That's been my big gripe with Ghost of Yotei, though.
That quest where you're trying to find the guy with the banjo or whatever, their instrument, that reminds me of when you first get into Whiterun in Skyrim. There's a quest where there's two warriors who are like beefing with the guards, and they say, "Hey, you main character, we're looking for a Redguard woman here in Whiterun," and there's 2 Redguard women in Whiterun in the whole town, and I think they both congregate at the inn. Like,
Yeah, of course.
and you know. So it's that, and the other one will be like, "Hey, is anyone looking for you?" And she'll be like, "Nah." And then you talk to the right one, and she's like, "I'm gonna need to talk to you for a minute."
Fair. I also want to touch on this, and this is going to put myself on blast if we ever get popular. I'm sure this will come back to haunt me.
Oh boy!
Because I'm basically admitting that I suck at video games by saying this, but it's still a complaint I have. The difference between hard and medium in this game is belligerently unfair, because I started the game on hard because I was decent at Tsushima's combat, and as I mentioned, this is exactly the same thing. And I have no issues with the combat fighting regular guys. And then the bosses are expectantly harder, right? But the problem I have is, and again, I'll admit it, it's probably just a me problem, is I got to the first boss that I chose to go after from this Yotei 6 that you're hunting, the Oni. And in phase 1, I think I died maybe 3 times. But I beat him in phase 1, and then it triggered phase 2. I died 63 times. 63 times.
Oh my god.
And then I said, and this is when I was already at my wit's end with this game, where I was like, I'm about to just not play this anymore. So I was like, you know what? I need to try and get through this at least. I put it on medium. I killed him first try without taking a hit.
That's crazy.
I admit, I suck. I couldn't beat him on hard. But you cannot tell me that the difference between medium and hard is I can kill him without taking a hit, and I die 63 times in a row. Like, that's not well balanced, in my opinion.
That's pretty fucking crazy.
Like, and I wish too that I was hyperbolizing about it, but like, no, that is exactly how it went. I died so many times that the game offered me the option to surrender, and I was like, I'm just gonna put it on medium. Because if I don't beat this boss, I'm never picking this game up again. I literally switched it to medium in the menu, and then I beat him, and I looked over at Letzi, who was practicing her dental hygiene stuff, and I just went, "You want to hear the fucking craziest thing?" And told her exactly why I had been sitting there for 20 minutes going "fuck" every 10 seconds. Like, made no sense. So that's another part that also kind of burst my bubble a little bit with the game.
The way you phrased that, I'm picturing that she's just casually doing dentistry, like, shit, I got a cavity due at 11:59 that I gotta get. What the fuck are you complaining about?
So,
I'm trying to do a root canal here, just in the living room.
The craziest part is you're not far off, because she was working on the typodont, which is the mouth that she gets. The mouth she gets to practice on. So she actually had it mounted to my desk. And was
that's pretty
it.
cool.
As I was sitting there going, fuck, every 10 minutes I'm trying to keep it down.
She's trying to like do some sort of precise work. You're like, shit! Shit's the whole thing.
I grabbed the fucking typodont, smash it into
Son
my
of
monitor.
a bitch!
God damn it.
You uppercut the thing, all the teeth fly out.
Grab the dental pick and stick them in my eyes.
I could not be trusted around something like that. I would be doing all kinds of weird bits with it.
Yeah.
Be like, I'm going to get you.
I do that all the time. I go,
yeah, I can't be trusted with shit like that.
But yeah, so TLDR, Ghost of Yotei, not my favorite game. I'm very sad about it because I was looking so far forward to it. And I've heard the story only gets worse, which also kind of demotivated me. And wasn't worth $350 combined between the game and my windshield. So.
I'm sorry to hear that, Jordan.
But Dying Light the Beast was, and I beat that right before Ghost of Yotei. That was fantastic. I won't talk about it again because I talked about it last time, but fantastic.
Did you defeat Mr. Beast?
I did, actually. I did. He actually goes beast mode at the end, and it's a fucking tough-ass boss fight, but I got his ass.
I got 1 million zombies versus 1 million survivors. Who will win?
Oh,
He's doing that creepy little half smile. He does it.
Yeah, I don't know.
He looks like he's in pain.
He does look like he's wincing in pain all the time.
1 million subscribers, 1 million survivors versus 1 million zombies. $1 million.
It hurts.
I have 300 million subscribers.
That's fucking crazy. But yeah,
it's been a long week.
Yeah, I can imagine. So yeah, Dying Light was really good though. You need to play Dying Light at some point. You really do. I think you'd really.
I need to play
a
lot of things.
You do. But on the topic of zombie games, I think you had something.
I would talk about one of my favorite games ever made.
You're acting abnormally. Oh man.
7 Days to Die.
Yeah, I've heard all good things from you, Chris. I don't think you've ever said a bad thing about 7 Days to Die, ever, in 212 episodes.
I don't think I've ever said a single negative word.
Don't break the rule now.
About the game.
Never.
But unfortunately. Well, actually, technically, this is good, but anyway, let me go. Let me take you on a journey.
All right, before I become a listener, I gotta ask one thing.
Yeah.
Can you fill jars yet?
So I'm going to get to that.
Okay.
Let me take you on a journey.
Now I'm excited.
Let me take you on a journey. I started playing this game probably 10 years ago, and like maybe 9 years ago. It was like Alpha 16 time, right? And if you talk to the 7 Days to Die boomer community, such as myself, they're going to tell you Alpha 15, Alpha 16 was like the golden era of the game. I respectfully disagree.
Ooh. More controversy.
It was better than it is now, but like it was way less fleshed out.
I'm not saying much
of a video game than it is. Now what in Alpha 16? Actually, I think Alpha 15. They might have gotten rid of it at that point, but in the earlier alphas of the game, there was a mechanic where if you had like raw meat in your pocket, it would emanate a smell that the zombies would be attracted to.
That's cool.
So if you had cooked meat, you could grill meat and it was a little more nutritious, but it would have a bigger smell radius. Or you could boil meat and it was less nutritious, but it didn't smell, so zombies wouldn't be attracted to it.
That's a cool mechanic for
That's a really cool mechanic that they got rid of. Same idea is, I think this was Alpha 20, or maybe 21, I forget, when they switched the system over to the dew collector system and they got rid of the empty jars. So like when you collect water, you get murky water, and the asset for it is water in a glass jar. And if you drink it, the jar and the water both disappear.
You don't eat the jar after in real life? Well, that's what I usually do.
Usually I don't.
That's crazy.
So no more jars. You can't just fill jars from water or from a water source anymore. You can't do that. There's no more jars. Recently, they released the 2.0 update, which is like the storms and whatever update. And it was by far the most controversial game update that's been done so far. Because what they did is they changed the progression mechanic, so now you need like some fucking Boy Scout patch every time you go to a new biome. So you can't just like day one go straight to the wasteland biome and get a ton of really good loot, because you can't play the sandbox game properly. You can't just play the sandbox game without playing it linearly. It has to be linear. You have to play it linearly. How are you going to progress properly if you can't do it linearly in this sandbox open world game?
That's my favorite genre, actually, is linear sandboxes.
Yeah.
Cool.
And also in that update, I played a little bit of. They added this enemy type in the desert biome that is fucking terrible. It's this thing that just spawns like swarms of flies, but it does it every like fucking 2 seconds, and they eviscerate you. It's like you see one of these enemies, and it's like 100 yards off, and you see this fucking thing, and then you see a bunch of black specks, and then you get immediately super infected. You start bleeding.
Jesus.
Blood. You gotta bandage yourself and run away.
I see what they were going for, but that's terrible.
It's great if they didn't spawn every 5 milliseconds.
Yeah.
And maybe didn't instantly infect you, because one of the things I think they changed was you used to be able to get honey from a lot more sources, and now you can't from as many sources, because honey was like a really good early game way to prevent infection. So if you got infected, you could just have honey and it would remove the infection. And now they have it, and it's also less effective now. It's only up to 5% infected.
Jesus.
So if you have an encounter with this swarm of flies or whatever the fuck it is, you instantly get like 30% infected and need like proper antibiotics
right out of the gate. That's
which
crazy.
is awesome. So that's just another side piece, but that's like so it's been a very controversial update, right? And I was looking at Steam the other day, and I see what's next in the next point revision of 7 Days to Die, and I click on the post. It's like one of those Steam community post things. So I click on it, and there's 2 bullet points at the top, and it says, "We've added a new smell mechanic to meats and other things in the game, and you can fill jars again."
They're reselling the old features as a hype point. That's crazy.
I love this video game. I read that, and you know the scene, is it from the SpongeBob movie where Plankton is like, he starts freaking out and he cracks a bolt with his teeth?
It's the episode where they paint the chum bucket.
Oh, it's that
Mr.
one?
Krabs is on vacation.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the exact reaction I had. I was so fucking mad reading that.
That's crazy.
If you didn't remove that in the first place, you wouldn't have to add it back to placate the community. Mind you, by the way, they did this really terrible update, and then to really finish rubbing cow shit directly in your eyes and mouth, they added a ton of microtransactions to the game.
I was just going to ask if it had that, because I was going to give them points if it didn't.
No, they added skins now, basically. So you could spend like $4.99 and you get what I assume, what I sincerely hope is a 3D model that they made, but looks like a standard Unity asset. For $4.99, you can get that, and your character can look like this one model that they made.
Does this game even have third person? I don't remember.
You know, actually,
update 17.
When they added these microtransactions, they added third person.
Okay. At least, all right. I give them credit for a little bit of foresight on that. That your first-person survival game didn't require skins of that price.
Unless it didn't get released. I remember hearing about third person being added, but I don't remember if it was we are adding it.
I was just going to say it's probably that.
We added it.
It's probably we're going to add it after you buy $1,000 worth of microtransactions.
We're gonna add it, but we're gonna add it when we add bandits. So
never.
They've been cooking bandits on that game for 10 years.
This better be the best bandits you've ever goddamn seen.
If these bandits don't come out of my monitor and shoot me in real life, I will feel like I've been sold a false bill of goods.
Yeah.
I maintain this offer. This is an open offer that I am dead serious about. Give me the code base and then give me a month. I will add bandits to the game.
Yeah.
I will add Bandit Alpha fucking update 2.5 Bandits right there,
Front and center.
right there, front and center, and it's gonna be Bandits. It's just a Bandits update, and it's gonna be like a really low resolution picture of me doing this.
I'll be one of the voice actors for the Bandits.
And it's like I would have to spend the time to learn Unity and like really understand. I think all the back end stuff in Unity is all C++. I don't know C++ super well, but I know C really well. So like I feel like I can translate that up. And so I'd have to figure that part out. But like how hard could that be? You know?
I'm just saying. Other games have Bandits.
I learned Android and made like a fairly complex app in the course of a semester. So like,
yeah. And that was with no prior experience.
Yeah. So you know, this is a serious offer that I have open. Give me the code base of the game and I'll make you the Bandit update. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. That I can't believe how long that game's been in early access. Like,
and if no, it's not in early access anymore.
Because they did 1.0.
They did 1.0.
Yeah.
Because they did 1.0 with actually a pretty decent update, and then they had 2.0, which was like a really terrible update.
That's a weird one to call 2.0, and not like a point. Yeah, like a 1.4 or something.
They and what happened was they did a 1.0 version release of the game so that they could up the price. I think they went from $29.99 to $49.99,
which is a big ass jump, by the way.
Or it might have been $24.99 still. When I bought the game, it was $24.99, but that was it might have gone up since then. But now it's $49.99. Number one, and then they re-released it on console. They said if you have the old version on console, if you already bought it on console,
get bent.
Too bad. You gotta buy the new one, and then we'll give you updates. And I distinctly remember another game that I was very fond of, Payday 2. So what happened with Payday 2 was when it came out in 2013, there was a console release for the game. It was
Crime Wave Edition?
No, so here's the thing. This is the original Payday 2. It was like the beta for the game that they put on like an Xbox 360 disc that you could buy, and they didn't add a goddamn thing to it. Meanwhile, PC had fucking everything.
Yeah.
Updates, DLCs, new heists, new guns, everything.
I don't remember that version. That's crazy.
And then, probably 2015, 16 era, they made Crime Wave Edition, which was all the back catalog of PC stuff.
For PS4, right?
For PS4 and Xbox One. So they did that, and then what they did is they kept adding stuff to the PC version of the game and not the Crime Wave version of the game. However, what I believe happened, and I hope I'm not revising history here, what I believe happened is they got on it, they dealt with some financial stuff, and then they put all the back catalog stuff, aside from stuff that they had like wonky rights with, they put the back catalog stuff into the Crime Wave update, and they put out like a 60 gigabyte patch for the Crime Wave version of the game.
Hopefully they did then, yeah.
And 7 Days to Die, the Fun Pimps couldn't do it. A much smaller company that didn't have to buy the rest of their company out from their parent company, like Starbreeze had to buy, Overkill had to buy their company from Starbreeze, basically.
Yeah,
because that was like they had them under their thumb, and they were adding stuff that they wanted them to add stuff that they didn't want to add, and it really pissed off the community. So they're like, "Oh, we're divulging everything from this company, and we're going like kind of independent." So they had to do all of that. Meanwhile, at the Fun Pimps, couldn't do it. When I know that this is how I know this game has been cooked, is that I keep kind of in that community, and there's a couple of YouTubers that I watch that are into the game, and a lot of times they'll kind of toe the line for the fun pimps. And there's one guy that I watch who does make really good stuff, mind you, if you're into 7 Days to Die. This guy, Guns, Nerds, and Steel. He makes these like survival series, and they're kind of like cinematic, and there's a story to it, and
That's cool.
It's pretty cool. He makes good stuff, and he's kind of been like a little bit of an apologist for the fun pimps in the past, and even he is like, people do not like this update, and I don't really like it either.
Yeah, he's finally over the edge on that.
He actually started a new series where he backdated the game to Alpha 16 and started playing Alpha 16.
That's cool. At least you can do that on PC. That's good.
Yeah, that's fun.
That's the best part about Steam. With
I can
early
go
games.
back to like, I maintained that my favorite version of the game was like Alpha 20. Even though they did away with the water jars, that's stupid. But they changed the skill system around in a way that I actually quite like.
That's the books, right?
Yeah, which I thought I was gonna hate, but I really like it actually, because you get basic stuff. You get like your base skill points, and they're like, okay, now put that into this attribute, and you get more magazines for this. So it incentivizes looting, which makes sense
For a survival game.
for a survival, like a game where you can go into every building. Every single building, we need to stop and understand how impressive that is. Every single building on the map, you can walk into and loot, and there's stuff there to kill, stuff there to take, stuff there to see. That's really cool. I have to give them that. That's
Credit where it's
really,
due.
really cool. And you can do quests in every single building in the game. That's really cool. So it incentivizes that. And I think... And people say this like, oh, this is the first step of them. This is the first step they made in taking away this like weird player agency, to play the game how you want to. But like, if you don't engage with the looting mechanic, you're not engaging with half of the game. Like,
Yeah, you're leaving a whole half of it out.
oh hey, Jordan's on his way. When did you send this text? On my way officially.
I sent that at 4:47.
It's 7:12. It's 7:13 p.m. I got this 7:12 p.m. I love.
Did so wait, you didn't even get the text that I was here. You just heard me and your dad talking upstairs.
I heard the door open. I went, oh, my dad's talking to his favorite son. So
Yeah, he pulled in the driveway as I was just chilling there, and then we were talking out there for like 10 minutes.
I'll probably get the I'm here text in a minute here.
I was talking to him for like 10 minutes, and then he started going inside. I was like, I guess I'm just going to follow. And then I was like, all right, I'm going to just sit up here until you either hear us or I was going to text you again, because I was like, I'm not going to walk down there in case you're gooning. You never know.
Because I'm straight beating my shit crazy style.
I'm going to beast.
I'm beasting it.
Fucking dying late. Oh, man. Anyway, go ahead.
Moving on.
I digress.
I digress. Oh yeah, you it incentivizes looting. So if you didn't like looting, you didn't like most of the game. It's a shoot and loot game. If you only like the shoot and don't like the loot, it's like if it's like complaining that all the cool weapons in Fallout you get from looting like legendary enemies or whatever.
I mean, it's literally like playing Minecraft and saying you only like the mining.
I only like the mine part. So like I don't build houses. I don't make
craft
tools.
ever.
I was like, man, I really like Fallout, but like I just don't like picking up items.
I like Fallout, but I don't like apocalypses and vaults.
I don't like I like Skyrim, but like I don't like dragons. So,
Do you ever like Call of Duty, but like hate shooting?
it's like I hate military stuff, but I love Call of Duty. Just like if they took the military stuff out, it'd be so much cooler. This is how you people sound. You should have to loot in this looter shooter,
Right.
like, to progress.
Makes sense. And you should also have to craft.
So, I maintain that like Alpha 20 is like probably the golden age of that game, which is later than most people say.
It's a balanced spot, though.
A controversial opinion, I think the spam crafting system was fucking stupid.
What is that?
In the Alpha 16 days, the strategy was you spent your first day collecting hundreds of pieces of wood so that you can spend your first night crafting 500 clubs because they got better every time you crafted one. And it wasn't like a 0 to 5, it was like a 0 to 600 scale.
Damn.
And you would spend, it's like I crafted 42 clubs and now they're finally level 100 and now it does some level of damage. So that, and then you would do that with bows and axes and all that shit.
I do kind of remember you talking about that.
And that system of crafting is stupid. That's dumb.
That's called metagaming. It takes out the fun part.
Yeah, you're power gaming basically, and you have to do it because the clubs and weapons don't do any fucking damage below like level 100. And then you could combine stuff, which was kind of neat. I don't think you can do this anymore, surprisingly. You could combine two things that you had. If you had like a level 250 bow and then like another level 250 bow, you can combine them into like a level 350 bow. Pretty cool,
That's neat.
think.
Yeah.
That system doesn't exist anymore. Surprise, surprise. Whatever. I love this game. I love this game so much. I have been a big 7 Days to Die defender. I've complained about it a lot, but I've been a big defender and I've been consistently playing. But I'm at a point where even me, okay, and I'm that type of guy, even me, I'm like, I'm out. I can't see myself playing this for a considerable amount of time anymore. It's like what happens when they decide to make some other egregious blunder and completely fuck the entire meta of the game and the entire state of the game,
economy and everything. Yeah.
Because fucking Joel from the Fun Pimps didn't like user 642's zombie base that he made. He thought that guy was dumb and stupid and that he's playing this sandbox game wrong.
Yeah.
You can feel the venom in a lot of these updates.
Yeah.
You can feel the venom.
Might as well just tag
spite.
the user that you're spiting, yeah.
To that same point, there was a person who kind of blew up in the community because they built a zombie horde survival base that completely fucked the AI of the zombies and made it was a really well constructed horde base. And then what they did was someone found in like a point revision after that, there's a console command you can do to go into like their dev area where it's just like every block in the game on a thing and you can see how it interacts with stuff.
Yeah.
And they have every POI laid out on there. And one of them that they were testing stuff in was a one-for-one recreation of that base. And the POI name was like player_troll base or something like that. And they were testing how to fix the AI around that base specifically. Which the people who make this game, like the main guys, the head honchos who are driving this initiative, are assuredly millionaires several times over. And you're concerning yourself with what one of your players is doing? Imagine, if you will, Larian Studios was like, they came out one day with the new patch for Baldur's Gate 3, and they were like, hey, we didn't like how some of our players were skipping really big fights by throwing a bunch of smoke powder barrels at the enemy and then firing a firebolt at it to kill everybody like instantly. We didn't like this. We removed smoke powder barrels and fire wine barrels. We actually removed the smoke powder bombs too, and we removed firebolt and fireball. We removed fire from the game as well.
Turned off all flame elements. Campfires, no more.
We were upset that tieflings are resistant to fire. We removed tieflings. This is imagine the outrage from the community if they did that. And now understand that is exactly how it exists to be a 7 Days to Die player.
Yeah.
Every single update is like that. It's like we saw one guy do this and it pissed us off so much that we changed how the entire fucking game works.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Just make the game. Just make it. You would have had bandits in there by now if you hadn't been spending 10 years trying to thwart the efforts of your players.
Yeah. Literally directly opposing the people who are driving the success of your game.
I'm mad. I'm mad.
Tell.
This has gone from I criticize this game because I love it. And I was like, it's like when you see your friend or like your little cousin or whatever, they're going down that wrong path. They're taking that misstep that you didn't take, and you see it, and you're like, I remember I had that choice, and I avoided that misstep. And they take that misstep, and you're like, you need to come back, buddy. You need to come back from this.
Or I can't be associated.
Or I can't, you're done, right?
Yeah.
And it was that for a while. I was like, listen, probably for too long, you know? And now I'm just like, you know what? I'm changing the locks, get out of the house.
I'm getting a restraining order.
I'm getting a restraining order. If I see you here again, I'll have you arrested and then shot.
In that order.
I think 7 Days to Die and the Fun Pimps, it's time for us to break up, okay?
And for that reason, I'm out.
You know what? I want my $24.99 back.
And my time, frankly.
And my 380 hours. I want that back.
What if?
Yeah.
What if, Chris, just hypothetically, right? You come home from work one day and you have this edible arrangement on your doorstep.
Uh-huh.
And you bring it inside. You're like, what the hell is this? This is weird. And there's a card on it. And you open that card up and it's from Joel at the Fun Pimps. He said, I'm sorry, boo. I fucked up. I know I fucked up.
I'm trying to sleep and I hear all this noise and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And he's standing outside my house with a boombox.
Baby,
come back. Ooh. He's but in the edible arrangement, in the whatever, the I'm sorry gift is a hard drive with the code base on it and said, you gotta make good now.
You're like, fuck.
Fuck, dude. Shit.
Got a fucking cash
God
checks
damn
I
it.
didn't want to write. God damn it.
Son of a bitch.
But yeah.
I'm going to do it anyway. But
would you take him back, though? What would Joel have to do?
In addition to, adding back the stuff that he's adding now, gonna have to add bandits and the story of the game. Finally, there's this whole thing that has been spitting for years about this guy who was really ready for the apocalypse. He was this guy who owned a casino. It was Duke, and the currency in the game is Duke's casino tokens. So he was ready for the apocalypse.
Like a Fallout New Vegas ass.
Exactly, and that's a really cool angle you can spin this from. Where you now you gotta do quests for the Duke, or eventually you could side against the Duke or something like that.
Throw his ass.
That would, or you could be the new Duke. Who knows?
Maybe perhaps nuke him. Duke nuke him.
And you know who we've never seen?
The Duke.
We've never seen the Duke. If you add this story, that's what it's gonna have to take. And I don't think they're ever going to do it. Truly, the Fun Pimps are the Pat Rothfuss of making zombie survival games.
Yeah, they're never gonna release. Version 3 is gone.
I wonder what this says about me, that I only ever buy into things that won't ever finish.
Yeah. Let's let that linger for a minute.
And that's why I'm not fucking reading A Song of Ice and Fire ever. I'm standing to that. I'll watch the show. I'll watch Game of Thrones at some point, but I'm never reading the books because the last one's never come out because George R.R. Martin is 150 years old and he's gonna die before the book comes out.
What if it's already finished though, and it's one of those things that will release after he dies? Some people do that.
If he does like a posthumous release, then I might read the books. They're also longer than fuck too.
Yeah, I can imagine.
There's 8 of them, and
Damn.
they're all like over 1,000 pages.
Damn, if my math is correct, that's at least like 2,000
I
pages.
don't want to fucking read all that.
That's crazy.
There's so many words. I have drawn. I said I have drawn the line in the sand of the Stormlight Archive. It's like those. There's 5 of them right now, and there's also I think like novellas in between. I'm like I'm not reading that because they're all over 1,000 pages. I'm not reading that. But I was canceling my subscriptions, and I had Audible credits. I had exactly 7 Audible credits, and there are 7 Stormlight Archive books, including the novellas. So I just spent all my credit on the Audible.
Oh, there
releases.
you go.
So I'll be consuming them like that. And those, if it's written like Mistborn, which probably will be because it's written by the same guy, they're easy to absorb through audio. Like there's not a lot of really clever stuff going on in terms of the
You
wording.
need to see the tats, yeah.
Where you need to like really sit with what you're consuming.
Yeah. You should have used one of those credits to get that Arthur Morgan 2.0 audio book.
Oh
we
yeah,
were
the
talking
new
about.
Arthur Morgan book.
Dead Acre or whatever the hell it was.
That bothers me a lot.
Yeah.
You know, listen. It wouldn't bother me if he wasn't seemingly so upset about playing Arthur Morgan and only being known as Arthur Morgan.
Yeah, predominantly.
If he just if he didn't play Arthur Morgan every single time, then people would probably have less of an association with you as Arthur Morgan. Frankly, if it, and I made this comparison a million times before, if Giancarlo Esposito was like, fuck, I really hate playing Gus in every single role that I play, and then continued to play Gus Fring in every single role that he's in, I would be like, okay, let's stop bitching. You're cashing checks on Gus Fring.
Yeah.
But he loves it. He's like, I love my fans. I love what I do. And he's this like jolly guy.
Yeah.
Just embrace it. Just be fuck it. I'm Arthur Morgan. I'll be Arthur Morgan. I can make a living off Arthur Morgan. Yeah. Everyone loves Arthur Morgan.
Yeah, like almost unanimously.
You know, the true definition of ladies want me, men want to be me.
Yeah.
Type shit. Everyone loves Arthur Morgan. You can make a living off Arthur Morgan.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, it's also like it's tough too because he made short films and stuff like Roger Clark. If you go on his YouTube and stuff, he made short films or whatever, and he's very talented. But like, I don't know. I feel like it's just that. It's just the bitching about it and then the cashing checks about it.
Yeah.
Like you may have been upset that you're like known for like Arthur Morgan, but you had no problem taking my like $200 to sign my goddamn thing, bro. Like,
yeah.
So.
No problem. No problem when you're cashing everyone's check.
Yeah.
On this, I struggle to find sorrow for you. I think the same thing was said by or a similar thing was said by John DiMaggio, the voice actor for Jake the Dog. He was Bender.
Oh yeah.
Unreasonably talented voice actor, by the way. When he started Adventure Time, he was like, I don't understand this. This is fucking stupid. And then he said, well, they pulled me aside and they said, you can go cry about it into your big pile of money. And he was like, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
And I think he talked to SpongeBob about it.
Oh, yeah. Fucking Kenny.
Tom Kenny. Because he's the Ice King in the show. And he was like, they were talking about it. He was like, oh, I get it now. The kind of people who are watching this show. I understand. It's kids and stoners. That's it.
Yeah.
A lot of cross between the two.
Yeah.
So I think, just go cry into your pile of money about it.
So you made me think of. Have you seen? You know who Roger Craig Smith is, right?
Not by that name. I don't.
So he's the voice actor of Ezio in Assassin's Creed 2.
Oh, okay.
He's the voice. He does a ton of stuff. He's the voice of Sonic. He's the voice of Kyle Crane in Dying Light.
Okay.
And then a couple kids' TV shows. And there's a specific clip that is really funny. It's a really funny clip. I'm gonna see if I can find it quick.
Is it one of those like same voice actor by the way videos?
Yeah.
You know what I saw recently in that same vein was a fucking edit of Hotel Transylvania.
Oh shit!
The fucking movie. By the way, Dracula. That movie's voiced by fucking Adam Sandler. Didn't know that.
Yeah, I did. I did remember hearing that. Actually.
But like, there's just like a scene where there's like Dracula's lore dumping about his like tragic backstory. I'm like, why is this really good? I don't understand this fuck ass movie.
And it's Adam Sandler delivering
it in his shitty Transylvanian accent. Blah blah blah.
That's pretty funny.
I'm here to suck your dick. I mean your blood.
I'm so sad I can't find the exact clip. I will try to find it, and then maybe you can put it in the video. But basically, so I forgot he also voices Batman in 2 of the Arkham games. Arkham Origins specifically. Where he delivers the hardest fucking line Batman's ever delivered, by the way. And Arkham Shadow. And then it's another cartoon. I don't recognize the cartoon, but it's of this kid or whatever, and he's like, something like, I can't believe it, like this, whatever. And then it cuts to Kyle Crane in Dying Light in a specific famous line where he goes, "This fucked up fucking infected with his guts hanging all out, just fucking spit on me." It's like some shit like that. So it's really funny, the clip. So I'll try to find it and send it to you. But
I like those videos. The same voice actor, by the way, and same character, by the way. There's a lot of really good ones in
what's
that
the same
same
character
vein.
one?
Where I think there was the first one I saw was like 2 depictions of Ultron. It was like some animated show, and then like from Age of Ultron.
Oh, okay.
So like this is a funny, wholesome version of the character, and this is the scary, edgy one.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That was where I saw that fucking clip of Hotel Transylvania. Like, what is going on? Why is this like actually kind of good?
That's funny.
I will watch a whole movie if there's like a 30-second part in the middle that's really good. I'll be honest. But I'm also like the worst kind of person, so
it's fair.
I thought this is one thing I'll touch on, which is I guess somewhat related. I have no idea. Like it's been a long week. Something I really didn't think I was gonna like when I started reading books again was like, I don't want this dumb, like pretentious, very dense, flowery bullshit. And then I started reading more stuff like that, and I was like, this is interesting. This is interesting. I like this. And then with both feet in, I bought a copy of Something Wicked This Way Comes by Ray Bradbury. And that book is all that. I love it so much.
Yeah.
It's amazing. There's like an entire page. There's like an entire page and a half of that book dedicated to describing a train stopping. And I'm like, I love this. This is well said.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Couldn't have said this better myself. Actually, literally, because I'm stupid.
Yeah, that's cool though. I could see that being a subgenre you'd be into.
I'm just a weird guy. I'm a strange guy.
Yeah, fair. It got me thinking. The last thing I have to touch on is about movies. I wanted to say this at the top, but I forgot. There's a movie coming out that Chris and I are going to watch and are going to do some sort of spoiler cast or some sort of discussion about. And my boss is going to love when I talk about who the cast members are.
Oh.
So do you even remember the name of the movie? It's
called Playdate.
Playdate. It's featuring Alan Richardson, who's Jack Reacher, fucking super buff, right? Badass guy. And our main man, Kevin James.
Kevin James.
I don't know what it is, actually.
I said this to Jordan when he sent me this trailer for this movie, and I said, this is the most confused trailer I've ever seen for a movie. Go watch it, seriously, because it's 2 minutes long, and if I sat down and diagrammed everything that happened, I could probably pull together and tell you kind of what the plot is. But it's like someone wrote 5 different, like they had 5 different people write 5 different movies, and then they put them all into one movie.
Yeah.
It's weird. I thought it was going to be like a buddy comedy, but then, like it kind of is. And then I thought it was going to be like maybe a superhero thing. And then it was like an action, like spy thriller thing.
Yeah.
And then it becomes like a Marvel movie.
I got like have you ever seen Daddy's Home?
Like no, I haven't.
Family comedy. I got like that
Yeah,
vibe.
that's what I thought it was going to be.
I thought he was going to be like the buff
It was like
stepdad.
family comedy, and then it was going to be like a buddy comedy thing.
Yeah.
And then it was like a superhero thing, and then it's like a spy thriller thing, and then it's like a shitty action movie thing at the end.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah. The only thing it's missing in that is like I didn't see a lot of romance. I didn't see none of that yet.
Well,
we'll see.
That's because they cut out the middle third of that movie.
Mm-hmm. I know what you're gonna fucking say.
2 main characters just fucking. It's Kevin James delivers a stunning performance as the bottom for this 45-minute section of the movie. Unedited, real sex. It's not even, no bullshit. Like, it's real.
It's filmed on an iPhone.
It's filmed
in secret.
It's filmed on a Motorola Razr from 2005.
So you gotta be careful because they have the new 2025 version.
It's filmed like on the original flip phone.
That's fucking funny.
It's at 0.1 megapixel.
Yeah.
Like, you can almost tell what's happening. And also, I wasn't sure what the vibe was, too, because it's, like I said, it starts out like family comedy almost.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking, like, oh, this is a PG sort of thing. And then they start swearing.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so this, I don't understand.
So then I'm like, all right, it's an adult family comedy. Got it.
But then it's just a bunch of kid shit.
And then, then there's, like, killing in it. I'm like, okay.
Interesting.
Weird. Yeah. So we are going to watch that, though.
We need an R-rated Kevin James movie. We need Kevin James Unleashed.
We need him killing people.
Which, to be fair, I did see his stand-up show, which he has 100% complete control over. And he did not say anything crazy or salacious. So I feel like Kevin James Unleashed is like how he acts in Paul Blart Mall Cop 2.
He might just be like a humble guy. Yeah.
He's just like a pretty normal, pretty family-friendly guy.
Yeah.
No, I need a advanced I need like a Deadpool type Kevin James comedy movie.
There you go.
Not in terms of like exact content, but in terms of like the theming. It needs to be like, remember when the first Deadpool movie came out and everyone was like, holy shit,
Marvel R-rated.
R-rated Marvel movie, and it was like the first, it was like really good compared to the other ones. It would be like that. I need Paul Blart Mall Cop 3, and it's rated R.
He's just killing.
And it's
he finally gets a gun.
Yeah, that's it. It's Kevin James. He's in the Mall of America, which I don't. The second one is in Las Vegas.
That resort, yeah.
It was in the resort. There's the Mall of America.
He's back at the basics.
He's back. Mall of America. He's on patrol. There's a heist that's about to happen. He sees the guy. It's like, I've done this before. I know what this is. And he says, in the whole movie, there's like 40. It's very like A24. It's like it's kind of artsy. He's like he's just going about his day, and he sees this guy, and he's like slowly kind of putting these pictures together. And then like an hour and 15 minutes into the movie, the shit's about to kick off, and the guy, the big heist guy, who's like the inside man, he's walking. He's just doing his thing, and Kevin James, he goes up behind him and taps him on the shoulder. Hey, buddy. Boom! And shoots him in the head. Full graphic detail. Brain matter, bone, blood.
Yeah.
Boom!
Looks like he just chopped his head off.
Blows his head smooth off. And then and then we find out it or maybe it's like a John Wick kind of thing. Where he's like, oh, this is the best mall cop there ever was. So we don't. This isn't the boogeyman. This is who we send to run over the boogeyman with a fucking Segway.
Yeah. Dude, a John Wick parody with Paul Blart would go hard.
I think that would be really fucking funny. I maintain that I could make some really good movies that have that cast a net over an audience of 4 people. It's like 4 people
Our friend group only
are going to see this and understand it. And then no one else is going to get it.
Yeah. Our friend group would love it, and then everyone else would hate it.
I think a few people outside would understand. And there's like a few people who just like really get it.
Stoners.
And then everyone else is just
on the outside looking in.
There's just like, what the fuck is this? What did I just want? This made no sense. Like, no, it does make sense. You have to parse it together.
Yeah.
And it makes sense. Trust me.
Yeah.
That's our show.
That's all I got.
It's been a long week.
Yeah. So, as always, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Radio Public, Spotify Podcast, and the RSS Feed linked below. YouTube and Spotify have the video. You can see us. And Instagram, TED Talk. You can contact us there. You can also see some shorts we made. And Synapse Misfire at pm.me. Send us your comments, questions, concerns, and death threats.
What?
You good over there, bro?
It's been a long week.
Over there stimming. He's up stimming and stuff. Stimming his thing.
Well, you said video platform, so I wanted to give a nod to the video watchers.
Yeah, only they got to see what you just
Only
did.
they got to see... Only the video watchers get to see me get freaked out on the show. Get freaky with it.
Yeah, so what you should do now that you've listened on audio, go all the way back to the beginning and watch the whole thing again with video. It'll add nothing to your experience, but...
I think it will add a lot to your experience, actually.
You think so?
Yes.
Oh, yeah?
Because they get to see that we're both naked right now. We're both buck naked, standing in front of the camera.
I don't know how much of this bait I want to
Not
take.
even socks on.
Well, I have one sock on. Oh, boy.
That's our show, everybody. Thanks for
It's
coming
funny?
out.
Someone will actually watch this, listen to the audio, and never actually check the video, so they don't know if that's really the case.
Well, I mean, they will know because we're telling them right now that is the case. That is what's happening.
Inherently. Objectively.
Like actually, right now, I can just watch. That was my nuts.
Exactly.
I just spit all over myself.
Fair enough. Chris, I want you to edit this in. I need you to edit this sound in. to us talking about it. Hang on, I'm getting there.
This one's for my bitch mom. You should never have taken away
That's the wrong sound. Fuck.
I was like, how is this relevant?
Sorry. Hang on.
I'm about to unleash the beast.
Oh.
I'm unleashing it. I'm unleashing the beast. I'm about to...
The best part is how fast it is.
Dude, the amount of friction, that shit must be shooting sparks.
Like it's like a fucking angle grinder. That shit's throwing sparks.
Man, my solar plexus hurts. I'm dying.
Man, thanks for coming out, everybody.
That's
You've
our
been a
show.
wonderful audience.